Welcome back, Simone Biles.
World champion! Another extraordinary moment.
Nights like this, why we love college football. Scheffler back on top of the world.
A lot of stars for you on Sunday Night Football. Come on! Lead the door! You go, baby!
Showtime, man.
This is what we've been waiting for since we were kids. Let's go!
Code Nation, I want to introduce myself. I'm Josh Dobbs.
Great job! Sunday Night Football! Everybody wants it! Deflection tackle, touchdown, Miami! That's a safety! That's a safety! The Lions are going to win this game!
When I lose, this is my moment you will not forget.
Russell in the pocket.
Perfectly thrown.
I am the baddest. The world renowned. My name is Max.
Broad touchdown, amazing catch! Listen to Brown Stadium. What a moment!
It's showtime. Prime time. Let's games begin.
Holy cow with this Josh Dobbs!
Wilson throws a crossing route.
Touchdown!
All good. It's showtime.
That's right, Josh Dobbs. It is showtime, and the Dobbs effect is real. Remember, he showed about 5 days before his first game as a Viking, and now he's undefeated for Minnesota. The Vikings have won 5 straight. They're in the playoff mix. Meanwhile, the Broncos, they're rolling too. They've won 3 straight. And Russell Wilson, he's definitely bounced back after his worst year as a pro. I love he's got the hat on. Let's ride. Welcome to Football Night in America. Maria Taylor alongside Devin McCourty and Jason Garrett here with you for Week 11. We've got 2 of the hottest teams in the league tonight. We have more on that game coming up. But we've seen the Lions, who are off to their best start in 61 years. They struggled a little bit against the Bears, but found a way, Jason, to win, and that's what matters to you.
Yeah, what matters to Maria is the mental toughness of the Detroit Football Lions and their quarterback, Jared Goff. Chicago dominated. They intercepted Goff 3 times in this ball game. They're down 12 with 4 minutes to go. Goff comes alive. He finds Jameson Williams for a touchdown. Then David Montgomery scores the game winner with 29 seconds to go. They're 8-2. They host the Packers in 4 days.
And then Jalen Ramsey and this Miami defense. Yes, I know the Raiders, another team not above 500, but Jalen Ramsey's return has lifted this Miami defense. He made plays all over the field today. Those 2 interceptions were clutch for this defense. Mike McDaniel said Jalen Ramsey, one of the best players he's ever coached.
Well, and it's rare to see that Dolphins defense outshine the offense. Yes. You got to shout him out. Okay, let's keep it in the defensive vein. Chris Sims, you want to talk about the Browns, one of the NFL's best.
That's right. They are the best. I love watching the Browns right now. And you talk about what they did today. Pittsburgh, they out-Steelered the Steelers, really, in Cleveland today. Defense, controlled the ball, ran the football, but their defense. The Steelers, 3 for 14 on 3rd downs, could never really get any rhythm or going other than one big play the whole game. It's all led by that guy, Myles Garrett. He might be the best defensive player in football. More defense, Maria. Will Anderson, the number 3 pick. The number 3 pick from the Arizona Cardinals. Well, he gives it back to him in a big way today. Gets a sack, 2 tackles for a loss, gets the big pressure right there to get Kyler Murray to throw an inaccurate pass. Houston wins on the defensive side of the ball. Then there's the Chargers. And this isn't about defense. This is about the Chargers losing voltage like they do a lot of the times in big moments, okay? And it's just one mistake after another. Drop touchdown, drop big pass here, a fumble on the 1-yard line. The defense let up big plays from a stumbling Green Bay offense all day long, Maria. So that's what we got today.
All right, that's what matters right now. It's time for a Football Night alert. Let's talk about the 49ers wrapping up this game. Chase Young on the prowl after the trade deadline.
You go and get a guy like Chase Young to come in. He's excited. He said, I'm so happy to be here. Let me show you I'm thankful. And he is thankful in the right time of the year.
I love it. Brock Purdy with the perfect passer rating, but the 49ers get that victory, 27-14. That game is final. We still have 2 more games, though, in action. We'll get you the highlights as soon as they've completed, as we get you set for the Vikings and the Broncos. All right, let's go ahead and make our way out to Denver. Jack Collinsworth, Rodney Harrison, and Tony Dungy living it up.
Maria, we have 2 teams that have revived their season just in time, but tonight one of these win streaks will be broken, and both these head coaches, they've been able to navigate really bad starts and then find a winning formula, Rod.
I'm looking at my former teammate and head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, Kevin O'Connell. He's been outstanding this year. They lost their starting quarterback in Kirk Cousins. They lose Justin Jefferson, new defensive coordinator. They're 6-4 and right in the hunt.
And for the Broncos, Sean Payton came over. Again, bad start, but talking to all their coaches on the field, they said steadfast, didn't change his philosophy at all, and stuck with Vance Joseph as well, and the defense has totally improved.
And it's been a minute since the Broncos went to the playoffs. Denver's last trip to the playoffs, 2015, when Peyton Manning led them to a championship. You remember him, Coach?
Yeah, I do. He led them to their last championship.
I picked him off a couple times, too.
And I heard Peyton Manning will be here tonight.
Yes,
when
he will.
We love you, Peyton.
How the Broncos defense went from the worst in the league to playing winning football night in America from Mile High. Thanks to guys like Pat Surtain. Denver's defense has come a long way from that disastrous Week 3 loss to Miami where they gave up 70 points, over 725 yards of offense. And then they shut down Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen in their last 2 games. So what's been the difference for the Broncos defense, Coach?
Well, you see it right there on the graphics. The difference has been takeaways, and they are getting those takeaways. Talking to the coaches on the field, Rodney, no change in scheme. They're a little bit healthier, but they're just hustling. They told me they know their technique. And so now it's just a matter of getting after the football.
And Joshua Dobbs told me about 20 minutes ago, he said they don't do a lot of complicated things. They're not overly aggressive blitzing all the time. They play zone, they play some man, but they do it extremely well, Coach.
Yeah, and they are focused in on that football, and it really has been impressive the last couple of weeks, the turnaround.
I think the biggest difference for me is just the effort I see when I'm watching the tape of the players. Players are flying around, they're congratulating each other, they're forcing turnover, they're having fun, play defense, and that's the way you're supposed to have it, baby.
That's the secret. Tonight, that Broncos defense faces a guy who's going to be on his 5th team in less than a year. And Josh Dobbs is a 4.0 student at Tennessee, majoring in aerospace engineering. And his brilliance has gone viral quickly.
Dobbs dropping dimes.
Josh Dobbs, I'm throwing darts at him.
I want to introduce myself. I'm Josh Dobbs. Let's get some target practice. Water bottle.
Dobbs has beaten him by air.
World record.
Introducing Astro.
The new kid in town.
Bro, look like Joshua Dobbs. I was here.
Holy cow, with this Josh Dobbs.
Appreciate y'all following along. Peace.
Oh, we're going to say following you along, Josh Dobbs. We're enjoying you as a story in the NFL. It's the second time we've seen him just like thrust into action. He had about 9 days before he had to play for the Titans, less than 5 days before he was thrust into action for the Vikings against the Falcons, and he gets that win. But what are the Vikings doing to make this transition just easier and work for him so he can stay a viral sensation?
Well, first off, it's incredible what he's doing. Come to a new team and play at such a high level like he has. Learn the system and go out there and play. I love what Kevin O'Connell and Wes Phillips are doing for him, though. This is him with the Cardinals. He's going to run a naked play, a movement. He comes out, works through his progression, finds a completion. Now a different uniform a couple weeks later, but it's the same play. It's the same concept. So put him in a comfortable environment where he can use his legs, make progression reads, and deliver. He's played great, but they're doing a heck of a job coaching him.
They definitely are. Kevin O'Connell is an unbelievable game planner and helping out Dobbs as far as they have quarterback-friendly plays as to what Jason Garrett's telling us here. And this is what I love about the offense here. They don't waste plays. They run plays into defensive looks they want. They clear out the top of the field there with a post and a go route. And now here comes big T.J. Hockenson and Irv Smith coming across the field. Very quarterback-friendly to read it that way. And they don't run the ball that well, but play actions and boots make it very easy for Dobbs.
Yeah, you talk about quarterback-friendly. They had Kirk Cousins in there where you can run those plays. But what Dobbs has brought is now he can make those loose plays, running around, scrambling to throw, and just running and picking up first down.
This is my new favorite thing, the Pastronaut. They've already got their jerseys ready. I mean, really they're finding a way to make it happen. But Josh Dobbs, one of the all-time greatest guys, too, on and off the field. We talk about the aerospace engineering. We talk about him being really smart, but he seems to fit into the system for the Vikings.
No doubt. You can see that. The guys, these are his new teammates, and they're all playing for him. They love to be around him. Those moments in the locker room afterward, they're special. It's a really, really good story.
It's a cool thing.
All right, guys, we've got another football night alert as we check into the Jets taking on the Bills. and really it's gotten away from Zach Wilson. He's been benched in this game.
Yeah, well, it's been horrible offensive showing, as we're accustomed to with the New York Jets. They bring in Tim Boyle, but the other Wilson lets them down. Garrett Wilson catches the ball, fumbles. It's a disaster for the New York Jets right now. Buffalo dominated.
Yeah, up 29-6, and as you can see, they're having a hard time right now on the road against the Bills. We'll keep you updated on that one. Plenty left to play in the story. With some highlights, Cowboys taking on the Panthers. Dak Prescott and the boys looking to improve to 7-3 for the third straight season. Let's go to the fourth quarter. Cowboys up 7. Tony Pollard breaking a couple tackles.
Yeah, he hasn't scored a touchdown since week 1, so he sniffed the goal line, ran through some guys and said, I need to get in the end zone.
You like that, Mike McCarthy? I think he does. Okay, on the ensuing drive, here's Bryce Young, the rookie, dropping back, looking. Deron Bland is there, taken away.
Everyone's going to talk about, 4 interceptions for a touchdown, but the undercut of the crossing route was so pretty. I mean, I love when I see DBs get their head back, go get the ball, and when you get it, get to the end zone.
Okay, well, I'm going to be a part of everyone and talk about it because it is a little bit of history, all right? Ties the NFL record with 4 pick-sixes in a season. We aren't even done yet, okay? So he's stepping up. Remember, Trayvon Diggs is out making huge game-saving plays is Deron Bland. All right, the Giants taking on the Commanders. Undrafted rookie Tommy DeVito's in. He's still living with his parents in Cedar Grove, New Jersey.
Yo, Tommy DeVito, he's from New Jersey, baby. I like it. He had a big game today. He really did. There were some great game plan plays. Nice little play here, called by Brian Daboll, Mike Kafka. Saquon Barkley was big in the passing game today.
Okay, the Commanders do have a chance late in this one, though. Down 5, 30 seconds left.
Yeah, but this is the theme of the day altogether. See you later. It's Isaiah Simmons up the sidelines, pick-6. Washington could not take care of the football throughout. It was 6 turnovers, 6-0. That was the big thing of the day. Giants get the big victory.
That was the most in a game since 2014.
Yeah, Tommy D.
Tommy DeVito gets the win. He's a good fella, isn't he? All right, so Tommy DeVito's day, just sacked 9 times, but he overcomes it, throws 3 touchdowns, 246 yards. Very impressive, and his head coach, Brian Daboll, answering some questions about him after the game.
How much do you think he grew today, in your opinion?
I think he's the same height.
So how much did he grow? He's exactly 6'2", and he's going to remain 6'2". Okay. Mike Florio, you had a chance to speak with DeVito. What did you learn?
Well, you mentioned the 9 sacks. 5 alone in the first quarter. I asked him, how do you avoid getting rattled and jumpy when you're constantly getting hit? He said he just trusted his offensive line and everyone around him, and it worked out. That was during the game. After the game, it didn't work out. The showers weren't working in the locker room for both teams, and DeVito said at first the hot water was gone, then there was no water. He didn't get in the showers before they stopped working. He said he was trying to wash in the sink. Guys were using water bottles. I told him he can take a nice hot shower when he gets back to Mom's house.
Well, you don't want to wash the victory off too soon, you know?
Bask in it. Bask in it.
Nothing like being a homeowner. He doesn't have to worry about that. The parents will make sure the water's working fine.
Yeah. Mom's still doing laundry. You're going to be fine.
That's going to be a smelly plane ride home. I can just tell you that much, okay? They need the shower. I used to look forward to the shower after a long, hard game, right? You know?
All right, we'll start getting you set for our Week 11 Sunday Night Football. Coming up, we're going to talk about the Vikings defense, okay? Oh, here goes another workout.
Yeah, get those thighs right.
I'm going to call it a hip
pistol. Yeah, we don't use that term.
You don't? Oh, okay, not a football. Got it.
This is Football Night in America, served by Applebee's.
Fellas, Daniil Hunter, he has been a monster. And the Vikings defense, one of the worst last season. Kevin O'Connell made a change, bringing in Brian Flores, and he has turned it around. And now going to have to do it without their leader and linebacker, Jordan Hicks. So how has Flores fixed the defense in a hurry?
Well, Brian Flores loves the blitz, and you see it there on the graphic. He's bringing the heat. But, Rodney, it's not just blitzes. They're disguising, they're changing things up, and they're confusing offenses. Here's a look. Looks like everybody's at the line of scrimmage. Who's coming? They're all coming.
And you better believe Russell Wilson better know where Harrison Smith is at, because Harrison is a big part of their blitz package. He comes to the line of scrimmage, he moves away, but coach, it forces a 3-man rush and now puts the quarterback in a position where he doesn't want to be in. But also Harrison Smith, he has to be involved in the blitz package. Get him involved and let him just get after the quarterback, and once again, another errant throw.
This is what they do real well. And talking to the Vikings coaches, on the field, they said for Russell Wilson tonight, a mixture of that pressure and spy and drop, keep him confused.
And one thing about Flores, he doesn't care if you're a rookie, if you're a vet, he's coming after you.
It certainly is. Vikings blitzing more than any team in the NFL, bringing heat on over half of their opponent's dropbacks, and they need it too because they rank last when they don't bring that extra guy after the quarterback, so that's been the strategy. Back into you, Maria.
All right, thanks, Jack. Time for a football night alert. Seahawks, Rams, we got a go-ahead field goal taking place. It is true. It is good. The 22-yarder puts the Rams up, but Geno Smith has been out with an undisclosed injury.
Yeah, we'll see. He's warming up, acting like he might come in, but we're going to see where it goes. He's uncomfortable. There's something with that throwing arm, that elbow, that does not feel right for Geno.
Yeah, 1:31 left to play. We'll see if he's able to go back into the game and keep you updated on that one. All right. Peyton Manning, check him out. He's in the building.
Yes, there he is.
This guy's everywhere.
What up? AT was in Tennessee yesterday
with Dolly Parton. I know.
Man.
He's making the rounds.
Well, he is Peyton Manning.
He does have a PJ.
Good Hands Moments, presented by Allstate.
This is my moment. This is my moment.
Ford runs right side. It is a touchdown.
Ready for my legacy. It's only begun. I'm the one.
Amazing catch, Tank Dell. What a comeback. What a comeback.
Go ahead and take your shot. Take your shot.
And they got him. Intercepted.
This is my moment.
Football Night in America is brought to you by Applebee's. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood. And by USAA. This Veterans Day, go beyond thanks to make a difference.
Two of the greatest nicknames in NFL history, the Orange Crush and the Purple People Eaters, Jason.
Oh, incredible. That's football history right there. Alan Page, Supreme Court Justice.
There he is. There you go.
That does cook. And they got Ivan Pace Jr. Ooh,
Tom Jackson.
Little Tom Jackson.
The legend right there.
Man.
Those
Big Tom.
jerseys, those are
Go
special.
ahead, Randy Gradishar. Buckeye. You didn't know that, did you?
Way to go, old-timer.
Yeah, we got to have you here for historical fact-checking. All right, the Cardinals taking on the Texans. C.J. Stroud, the rookie, making it look easy, going deep to his buddy and fellow rookie, Tank Dell.
This is one of the hottest combos in football right now. Tank Dell, rookie. Stroud, rookie. Every week I feel like we're talking about this combination. Great throw, great route by Dell. Needs a little help getting in the stands.
Not quite the Lambeau lead, but he did make it up there.
Come on, Rook.
Okay, third quarter. The Cardinals are down 11. Remember, Kyler Murray playing in just his second game of the season. Fourth and goal. He's got the wheels.
He's still a weapon. He did a lot of good things today. There, the little okey doke too, the little stutter, and then puts the afterburners on, gets in the corner of the end zone.
I love it. One thing we're not used to seeing though is C.J. Stroud throwing picks.
No,
that's what
we
happened
are
in this
not.
game.
No, we are not. That's a tough one there. It's covered. It's into a tight window. Pick there, but the other two interceptions weren't like weren't C.J. Stroud-like either. We haven't seen him have a game like this, but he still battled.
Yeah,
and did a lot of good things today.
Only 2 interceptions entering that game, but had 2 in the matchup. 35 seconds left. Okay, Kyler Murray, what you got?
All-out blitz. D'Amico Ryans puts the pressure on him. Will Anderson, who had a huge day, their third pick in the draft, he gets Kyler to throw off the back foot. They get the pass breakup downfield. The Texans 6-4.
D'Amico Ryans making them look good. All right, they've won 6 games, just 3 a season ago. And guess who they have next week? The Jacksonville Jaguars. It's a big deal. They've already beat them once. Trevor Lawrence and his squad trying to bounce back from that loss to the 49ers a week ago. He's scrambling. He would rush for 2 touchdowns in this one.
He made it happen today. He scrambled here and continued to run early in the game. He scrambled, bought some time, made a nice play throwing the ball. I mean, they kind of did whatever they wanted in this game and dominated Tennessee.
Yeah, he also threw for a couple of touchdowns as well. Calvin Ridley had 103 yards receiving.
And this was his second kind of toe-tapping touchdown. Calvin Ridley just looks so pretty catching the ball.
He does.
You love watching him out there.
Jacksonville off to their best start, 7-3 since 2017. The Chargers taking on the Packers. Justin Herbert. Chargers looking to get it to 500 on the season, all right? Herbert looking for Keenan Allen here.
Yeah, throw it to his favorite target down there in the red zone. Those guys are hard to stop.
On the ensuing drive, it's 3rd and 20 for Green Bay. Jordan Love's pass is going to go incomplete here, but there's a flag, Jason.
Yeah, Asante Samuel grabbing cloth coming out of the break. It's 3rd and 20, as you said, Maria. A huge break for the Packers.
Yeah, so we take it to a couple of plays later, and Love taking advantage. Dontavian Wicks, 35 yards.
You got to tackle.
There's tackles.
A lot of grabbing out there. Grab, grab, grab. You got to tackle.
Under 3 minutes to go. Love looking again. He's going to find his buddy, Romeo Doubs.
Romeo Doubs, that's the guy you got to go to. One-on-one coverage outside, got him on a double move.
Last chance for the Chargers here, though, Jason. Herbert looking deep for Quentin Johnston.
This is the story of the Chargers this year. A missed opportunity late in the game. Herbert's right there. Johnston can't finish it.
All right, let's hear from Brandon Staley, a little agitated after this loss.
I have full confidence in our way of playing. Full confidence in myself as the play caller and the way that we teach and the way that we scheme. Full confidence in that. We got to bring this group together and do it consistently, okay? And that's where it's at. So you can stop asking that question, okay? I'm going to be calling the defenses, okay? So we're clear. So you don't have to ask that again.
Okay, we are not going to ask the question anymore. Brandon Staley is calling the defenses, but it's their 5th loss this season by 3 points or fewer. The Chargers are really letting some games just slip away.
In New England, we had a saying, you can't win until you stop from losing. And as you watch this Chargers team, they haven't found a way to stop making losing-type plays. Like all of these short-circuited plays, you're down here in the red zone, you hit your favorite target, Keenan Allen, bounces off his chest. Another one of your best players, Eckler, fumbles inside the 5-yard line. You cannot have a successful winning football team if you don't make the easy plays to make.
3rd and 20, pass interference like you're talking about. Quentin Johnston, first-round pick, up the sideline, perfect throw, drop pass. The blame goes to everybody. They got too much talent on both sides of the ball to look the way they look, especially in big game situations when it gets towards the end.
Yeah, I think everybody in that organization, you can see it in the press conference, you can see it in the performance. Everybody's squeezing the club too tight.
Yeah.
They're white-knuckling everything, and it's showing up in their execution time and time again in these big moments.
Yeah, that's their 2nd straight loss after beating the Bears and the Jets. All right, we talked about the Texans. We talked about the rookies that are all playing great, but let's talk about a rookie on defense, Will Anderson. And Mike Florio, you had a chance to catch up with them.
Well, and I wanted to know how they were able to take care of Kyler Murray today, who's back to form very quickly. And the key is that Texans coach DeMeco Ryans had been with the 49ers for all of Murray's career until this year. So they went back and looked at the film of how they defended him in the past. And Anderson said the key was all 4 guys rushing as a group, stay in their lanes and work in unison, and it worked today. Anderson also 3rd overall pick in the draft. The Cardinals could have taken him. They traded. I asked him about that. He said, I'm so glad to be here in Houston. This is a perfect scenario, and I'd much rather be here than there.
Well, if you're the Texans front office, are you not patting yourself on the back right now? Look at your number 2 and number 3 overall pick and the production that they're giving you.
Definitely. And then you talk about Tank Dell, who they just drafted in this draft as well. They're getting big-time production. Way to go, Nick Caserio and DeMeco Ryan.
All right, it's time for a football night alert. Let's take another look in at the Seahawks and the Rams.
Big completion right here. Rams up by 1 late in the 4th quarter. DK Metcalf, tough catch over the middle. This puts them in position to hopefully make the game-winning field goal.
Yes, 8 seconds left on the clock. It's a 55-yard attempt, and it is no good.
Wow.
They matter when they matter, those kickers.
Right. Stafford made some big plays to go down and take the lead.
All right, we will have the full highlights of that 1-point game soon. Throughout the season, though, Verizon is giving you access to playlists from your favorite NFL teams like Denver, so you can listen to the songs that get Broncos pumped up. Scan the QR code or head over to the Apple Music and search Verizon Run the Playlist.
So does Russ have Ciara on there? She got to be on the playlist, right?
She is the playlist.
She got to be.
Right.
He's bouncing right now to it.
I jam the weekend.
Here we go, boys. Here we go. Come on, baby. Hey-oh, let's go, let's go.
Wow, that is good time right there.
Yeah. Holy moly. Hey-oh, let's go, let's go.
I'm out of my mind with excitement.
He ate that corner up. You just came up big.
Welcome to Empower Field.
Holy cow with this Josh Dobbs.
Russell Wilson just drops a dime.
Yes, sir.
This is Football Night in America.
Let's go.
Served by Applebee's.
Welcome back to Football Night in America, getting set for Week 11. The Vikings taking on the Broncos. But it's time now for your DraftKings Sportsbook 3-play. Matthew Berry, what do you have for us?
Hey, thanks, Maria. Well, I'm going to start where the Vikings offense starts, and that's Josh Dobbs and TJ Hawkinson. They worked out this summer before he ever joined Minnesota. Since he's gotten there, all he does is look for TJ Hawkinson. Did you know in the 2 games in which Dobbs and Hawkinson have played together, Hawk has had at least 65 receiving yards in both games, and you couldn't ask for a better matchup. No team in the NFL allows more receiving yards to opposing tight ends than the Denver Broncos. So give me the over on 58.5 receiving yards for TJ Hawkinson. Whether the Vikings or the Broncos win or lose, the fact is I think it's going to be a close game. Minnesota has not lost a game this year by more than 7 points, so I'm taking an alt line, Vikings plus 7.5. And for my third leg of the 3-play, I've got a, wait for it, kicker prop. See what I did there, America? You're welcome. Listen, the bet is better than the joke. Over the last 4 weeks, no team in the NFL has attempted more field goals per game than the Denver Broncos. Russ has become kind of a game manager, so I like Will Lutz over 1.5 field goals made tonight. That's my DraftKings 3-play. Hawkinson over in the receiving yards, Vikings plus 7.5 in an alt line, and Will Lutz over 1.5 field goals made. Maria.
All right, thank you so much, Matthew. A lot of field goals last week, that one game, so why not? I'm here for it. Let's talk about, though, Sean Payton and the effect that he's had on Russell Wilson. He's thrown 18 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions on the season. It's like a revitalization, a rewiring of Russell Wilson this season.
That's right. He's rewired the robot, right? And Russell Wilson, we're seeing the guy we saw back in Seattle now that's confident, running an offense, and then making some splash plays every game. And that's the thing I think we see from, more than anything, from Sean Payton, Russell Wilson, and kind of what they got working there. You know, you kind of break down the tape and look at them and what they do on that side of the ball. There's a lot of double calls right at the line of scrimmage. Check with me, right? Sean Payton calls 2 plays at the line of scrimmage a lot of the times. This is one where Russell Wilson recognizes there's going to be a blitz from Buffalo. He changes the protection. He changes the routes down the field. Gets to a play that Sean Payton told him all week. I like this when they bring this blitz. Gets a little natural rub down the field on 2 deep crossers. Hits a big pass to Cortland Sutton down the field. So not only is there the stuff at the line of scrimmage, but then he's getting back a little into, hey, I'm just going to play football in the backyard a little bit. Nobody's open. I see a hole. Let me run through it and make a play.
Sims, I played for Sean Payton for 3 years, and the best thing he does with quarterbacks is he makes the game simple for you. First and foremost, he wants to run the ball and take some burden off of you, and then simplify the game. He doesn't want to put pressure on you down after down after down. 6, 7, 8 times in the game, he's going to ask Russ to go cook, and Russ is responding.
He is.
And that sounds great, but one of the things they have to be ready for is Brian Flores and this defense. You heard Coach Dungy and Rodney talk about it. They like to create confusion. Sometimes they come, sometimes they don't. And you can see right here, they have a play where right before you pause it, look at this line of scrimmage. You have Harrison Smith they talked about earlier. He's up here. You have all of these guys. You don't know who the threat is. You don't know who's coming. So for everyone here and this quarterback, who's coming?
A lot of communication.
You have no idea. And once you create these kind of communication errors or just make them talk, you run this play here, you'll see as they go, look, nobody blocks this guy. He blocks out right here. He blocks down, but a linebacker's free. It's not just in the pass game. This is in the run game as well. This is what we used to call in New England run blitzes. You don't know who's coming, but when we do come, 1 or 2 guys, you're going to be confused and we'll have a free hitter to the ball.
You know, one of the things Sean's going to do against this, he's not going to worry about the identification. They're not going to see point, repoint, do all that stuff. He's going to throw some quick screens and get the ball out of his hands and get away from all that confusion inside.
Some call it and run it plays like you're talking about. Don't make everybody try to get on the same page. That's the great thing about what Minnesota does on the defensive side of the ball. They never let the quarterback or play caller get in a rhythm or ever feel comfortable when they break the huddle. And that's why Brian Flores has done a great job with that unit.
His first season with the Vikings changed the identity, really refreshed this defense. All right, we showed you the Seahawks and the Rams, how it ended. Let's show you how we got there, though. Seahawks lost the Rams in Week 1 at home. Now they're in L.A. Third quarter, Aaron Donald hits Geno Smith here, and he gets hurt on the play, Jason.
Maria, Seattle controlled this game. This was the biggest play of the ball game. They're up by 9. Geno goes out. Rams get a chance to come back in it.
Yeah, it's a right elbow injury, so Geno would go out and miss 3 series. That means that Drew Lock is going to have to come in. All right, so we're in the 4th quarter. Trying to protect a 2-point lead is Lock, but he gets intercepted.
He takes a shot down the sidelines, and what a tremendous play by Kendrick, going up and getting the football and giving Matthew Stafford one more chance to go ahead.
Okay, Stafford knows what to do here. All you got to do is capitalize on the turnover, Jason.
Yeah, throw it to Puka Nacua. All this guy does is make big plays for them. Done it all year long. He does it one more time today, getting them close to field goal range.
Yeah, that one was good for 32 yards. So the Rams would kick the go-ahead field goal, go up 17-16. Geno Smith comes back in the game for the final drive here.
He's like Lazarus. He comes back from the dead. Throw it to the big guy. Throw it to 14 at the end of the game, and good things are going to happen.
Okay, not so good, though. 55-yarder is no good. It's wide right from Jason Myers. He kicked the game winner a week ago, so the Rams, that'll be their 2nd win against the Seahawks this season.
Rams are a pain in the butt.
Tampa Bay taking on the 49ers. Brock Purdy. Niners looking to build off of last week's blowout win against the Jags, and that's exactly what they do. Purdy making it look easy.
That's right. You saw Shanahan there. He's like, just listen to what I say. This guy will be open. Okay? We saw that play a few times throughout the NFL. Easy touchdown pass to McCaffrey.
Christian McCaffrey's streak starts over again at 1. Then it's Brandon Ayuk's turn.
Again, listen to what I say. When Ayuk's one-on-one, perfect throw by Purdy right there. The 49ers got it. They got everybody healthy. They got a ton of answers, and you couple that with Shanahan's creativity, they're almost impossible to stop that offense.
It's like the land of perfectly fit toys.
Right.
I mean, here's another one. Kittle.
That's right. McCaffrey underneath. Everybody runs to him. Kittle behind it. Purdy, perfect pass. It's who do you stop? They got a lot of good players there in San Francisco.
All right, so Brock Purdy, the first 49er quarterback with a perfect passer rating since Joe Montana did it in 1989.
That's pretty special. That was a big year in 1989. They won the Super Bowl. They made me mad as Phil Simms' son that year.
It's not all about you, Chris, okay?
It always is. Always about Simms.
Okay, the Bears take it on the Lions. Justin Fields is back from that right thumb injury in this matchup. To the 3rd quarter we go. Fields looking for DJ Moore.
Yeah, Fields was back, and Fields was hot. He made plays all day, starting off the game, running, throwing, finding DJ Moore right there. It's been a pretty good connection when healthy.
Yeah, and really it was a tough start for Jared Goff. He is intercepted 3 times on the day.
Yeah, I don't know if Edmonds was a little invisible to him right there, but he pops up an interception. But Goff showed great poise today by continuing to just play the game.
Yeah, don't count him out. Down 12, just 3 minutes to go. Goff is making it happen.
You don't know when the big play's going to come. Williams takes advantage of the Bears secondary right there. That play really gave them some juice and started the comeback.
On the ensuing drive, Fields is going to throw deep. This goes incomplete.
This was tough because Scott was running. It was like he turned back a little too much. Just keep running. And he's a speedster, but that incompletion shows up big in this game.
Yeah, so it forces the Bears to punt, and then the next drive, Lions just going down, running down. Jahmyr Gibbs will take it in.
Gibbs said, I'm going to stop here at the 1, Montgomery. Big bro, you come in, you go score the touchdown because you gave me one earlier in the season.
So the Lions lead 29-26 after scoring on the 2-point conversion. Last possession for the Bears here. Fields dropping back. Aiden Hutchinson coming in for the strip sack.
Aiden Hutchinson said, don't worry about it. We're going to get a safety, but I'm going to pick this ball up. Some kid up there, catch my punt. Catch my punt.
I like the form, actually. So Detroit seals the win. Actually, they steal a win. It was a comeback win. Down 12 with 3 minutes left to play, but they found a way for sure. Take a look at the quarterback comparison. Those 3 interceptions by Jared Goff, and that is the worst that he's done so far in his career on a single day. But Justin Fields kind of looked good coming back from an injury as well.
He did. Justin Fields looked really good coming back from injury. Threw the ball well, right? I think a lot of people think that they're going to move on from Justin Fields after this year. I think he's going to make them think twice about this.
Hey, Maria, you go to Detroit and go watch him in training camp. Everybody's walking around with grit T-shirts. Signs all over the place, grit. Okay, I love their coach. I love their team. I love their quarterback. Their grit was demonstrated today. You throw 3 picks early in an NFL game to come back and lead the game-winning drives. Right? It was big time. And love this guy. Love what he means to their team. It was ugly early. He made poor decisions. He made poor throws time and time again. Chicago shut him down. But then he got going at the end. Love his toughness.
Yeah, I mean, right here you can see Goff's struggling, but he says, you know what, I'm going to keep playing. And we didn't see this from Goff before. I think the confidence that this team has in him has given him even more confidence going out there as their leader, and it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, it was impressive. They scored 17 unanswered points, and that's because Jared Goff, even after the 3 interceptions, found a way to get back into the right mindset. The grit right there.
They attack. They attack on that side of the ball.
It's certainly impressive. All right, up next, we got Michael Smith's conversation with the red-hot Josh Dobbs. Look at the coaches shaking hands before the game. Sean Payton, Coach Kevin O'Connell. Okay, it's all smiles in games now until we get started.
There's your guy.
Brian Flores. There's your guy, Devin.
Yeah, he got that Brooklyn walk to him like, hey, what's up, man? I'm ready to blitz today. I'm already ready to blitz.
He's blitzing.
Welcome to the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff.
Cannot ask for a better mid-November night out here in Denver.
How about this?
Perfect. And Sean Payton, the coach that took the Saints to the playoffs in 9 out of 15 seasons, and after a year off, he returned to lead the Broncos. Slow start this year, but now has Denver right back in the postseason hunt after 3 straight wins. And let's go on the field, presented by Hyundai. Pat Surtain now in year 3. It is clear the Broncos hit on their first-round cornerback out of Alabama.
They really did. If you're going to draw up a cornerback, tall, strong, fast, great ball skills, and all his teammates say a tremendous leader, practices hard, leads by example. I expect to see him on Jordan Addison tonight quite a bit.
And for me, I'm looking at T.J. Hawkinson, and I didn't know, but they worked out in the offseason. Him and Joshua Dobbs worked out in the offseason. They weren't even teammates. But I love Hawkinson. I love his route running, his ability to catch the ball over the middle. He can beat man-to-man coverage. He can find a little soft opening in the zone. And this is a big part of why Joshua Dobbs and T.J. Hawkinson, they found that chemistry, Jack.
And it has been just a magical few weeks for Minnesota's new quarterback, Josh Dobbs. You mentioned that relationship with Hawkinson. This week, Michael Smith went to get that story direct from the source on tonight's edition of Gets It.
Josh Dobbs, welcome to the company.
How would you describe the ride you've been on this season, but especially since you were traded on Halloween?
It's been, I think, like, to say crazy, like, I don't think that truly encapsulate all the emotions. I've been able to step on this moving train and continue to join into the good football.
It's gonna have fun today, you and me, man. Yes, all day long.
How you coming with learning everybody's names?
I'm pretty good on that now. Had a headshot list I was going throughout the week last week, but I know my teammates. They've been open arms.
Great job, baby. Keep doing it, man.
I definitely know their names for sure.
How has all the things you developed as a 4.0 aerospace engineering student correlate to allowing you to prepare and perform the way that you have?
I think I closed down the library almost every single day of my college career. But those habits of just being able to take the information, decipher it, retain it, and then go out and act on it, even though engineering concepts and football aren't always related, but the process of preparation are extremely related.
I just wanted to get him.
I'm a student of the game. I'm always learning. I enjoy being the problem solver.
That was a dime.
My teammates have seen that, and they've been able to rally behind that.
What is it about you where teams just know, like, you know, Josh can handle this?
I guess it's a good reputation to have, you know, to know you can handle the uncomfortable situations. You know, Tom Brady's, I think he always says it best. Like, if a team puts you out there on that field and you're not ready for the opportunity, they may never put you out there again.
By the way, you ever get the playbooks confused at all? Does there any overlap at all?
There is a little overlap between playbooks. In some offenses, one word means this, and then that same word can mean something completely different. My process of making sure I don't is I probably play the game in my head probably 10 times before it even gets to game day, but there's no doubt in my mind that I know what to do.
So shutting down the library, that's always a good recipe for success. I like how he said it. That's Gets It with Michael Smith, presented by the Farmer's Dog. Catch that full conversation, the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. So you've been talking to everybody about him, including Dobbs himself. How long can this fairy tale last, do you think?
Well, I think it can last for a while. The Vikings love him. Kevin O'Connell told us of all the quarterbacks who were available, this is who he wanted. And then he described the game-winning touchdown against Atlanta. He said he didn't even know the play. He's telling Josh, oh, you got this concept on the left, this concept on the right, run it, and he scores the winning touchdown. This guy is special.
I think it really speaks to the type of person he is, the fact that he can go to different NFL locker rooms and not only just feel comfortable there, but the players accept him. And they've told me, they say, hey, when we lost Kirk Cousins, we felt deflated. We felt like our season was over. When he came in, he didn't make it about himself. He made it about the team. So we believed, and we believed against Atlanta. We believed last week, and we believed that we could go far.
And then on the field, they are running the ball better than they have because they're emphasizing it, and his mobility keeps those ends wide. Their running game is improved, and that has really helped him as well.
My last point about him, he is a lot bigger in person than watching him sitting at home on the couch. You look at his legs, he got tree trunks as legs. I mean, he's just a big physical guy.
He can take off, make some plays with those legs as well.
Yes,
Let's send it back out to Maria.
Thanks, Jack. We got a few more highlights to get you caught up on the day. Raiders taking on the Dolphins. Remember, the Raiders haven't lost under Antonio Pierce, but the Dolphins haven't lost at home this season. To the fourth quarter we go. Greatest show on surf. Tyreek Hill for the 38-yard touchdown.
Yeah, Maria, Tua and Tyreek were on fire all day long. That guy is hard to stop. But the story of the day for Miami was their defense. They stopped the run, and they took the ball away. Jalen Ramsey was off the charts.
Yeah, take a look at this one, Jason. I mean, the diving interception, you can't make it up.
Yeah, this guy is one of the best corners in the NFL. To lay out like that and make a hands catch at a pivotal moment in the game. Raiders have a chance at the end of the game, and guess what happens?
Well, Christian Wilkins is coming with the pressure, okay? So O'Connell's like, I got to get it out of here. But he comes away with the pick. Jalen Phillips finds a way. There's a lot of pressure coming. Aiden O'Connell trying to deal with it. Next play, should we have Jalen Ramsey jump in for an interception?
Yeah, this is our guy. They try to deep post over the top of the defense and look at him extend. He lays out for one early. He goes up and gets this one. Again, a strong hands catch. The two pivotal plays in the ball game.
Jalen Ramsey has 3 interceptions in the 3 games that he's played this season. So, yeah, you get to fire up the crowd a little bit more, young man. Dolphins 5-0 at home this season. All right, so Joe Brady is now the interim OC for the Buffalo Bills. Ken Dorsey fired. Allen finding James Cook early in this one.
Joe Brady said, I'm here, and we throwing touchdowns. Finding James Cook. A good start for that Buffalo offense in this game against the Jets.
Well, things were not working well for Zach Wilson and the Jets at all. He's scrambling here, chased out of bounds, but I've never seen this before. His head coach tackles him?
What do you mean it's not going well? That's good defense right there, Robert Saleh.
Gotcha.
Come all gas, no brakes. Get down, man. Don't come my way.
The glass is half full for you,
Exactly.
Devin. I see what you did here. Okay, the next Bills drive here. Allen looking for Khalil Shakir.
All right, this didn't go as well. And I think right here, Shakir showing, catching the ball and doing the rest. We talk about Allen not having to make every play. Shakir says, I got you, Josh Allen.
Yeah, so the Bills, they're able to end a 2-game skid, and now just a half game out of that final playoff spot in the AFC. Steelers taking on the Browns. Remember, Deshaun Watson out for the season. Dorian Thompson-Robinson, he is in. So let's see whether or not Jalen Warren can get something going in the second half for the Steelers. He does.
Well, this started the third quarter off the right way for the Steelers offense. They weren't able to do anything in the first half. They get a little toss sweep to Jalen Warren. He does the rest. Big-time touchdown. Pittsburgh back in the football game.
Yeah, Pittsburgh, 64 yards of total offense in the first half. Warren's like, I got 75 yards for you coming out. Okay, fourth quarter we go. Warren again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep giving it to that guy. He was the best thing going for the Steelers offense. They couldn't throw the football at all. Jalen Warren, Najee Harris, they had some success on the ground for the Steelers.
Yeah, that run led to the Steelers' game-tying field goal. Warren would have 145 yards rushing. Thompson-Robinson, though, he's finding ways to move the ball.
What? I mean, this is what I loved about DTR coming out of UCLA. He is smooth. The game is not too big for him. He knows how to execute the offense. And here in a big situation, takes what the defense gives them, gets them in field goal position.
Yeah, he was 4 for 4, 39 yards on the final drive. Sets up Dustin Hopkins, second week in a row. It comes down to a field goal. That was good. So they get the victory. A little emotional as DTR. And here's how he's found some of the faith that he needs in his teammates.
I mean, shoot, did you see my first start? So, I mean, those guys had faith in me after that game, and I couldn't have no choice but to have faith in those guys today.
Well, they've had a lot of faith, but Chris, let's talk about Cleveland's defense.
Oh, Cleveland's defense, the best in football, the best pass defense in football, right? And we saw today, Kenny Pickett, he had issues throwing through the air. They never got that aspect of their offense going, as you see. They got Denzel Ward, one of the best corners in football. They got creativity up front. Zadarius Smith off the edge there, stopping the run. Again, it's the speed of the Browns. And then it all starts with this guy. 2 sacks today. Myles Garrett Garrett all over the place. Kenny Pickett in the pocket. Nobody open downfield from tight coverage. And then harassed by the great swarming pass rush of the Cleveland Browns. Mike Florio talked to that guy right there, Myles Garrett, who is a beast. Over to you, Mike.
And Chris, it's been such a roller coaster this week for the Browns. They get the big win in Baltimore. Then they find out a few days later Deshaun Watson is done for the year. I asked Myles, how do you pivot away from that bad news? He said, we do it for Deshaun. Empty the tank for your guy because that's what he would do for us. He's so driven, so focused, so invested in this team, we'd be remiss if we didn't give our very best for him. And you look at what the Browns are doing in winning these games and how Garrett is playing. League MVP is a possibility for Garrett. There hasn't been one on the defensive side of the ball since Lawrence Taylor in 1986. I asked him about it. He said, look, I'm just trying to win a Super Bowl. Anything else would be cherries on top.
Devin would love to see that happen.
Yeah, speak it into existence.
Okay, I hate to change the subject from defense to offense, but let's talk about what we saw from the Bills offense. Remember, Ken Dorsey fired after that loss to the Broncos, so our first time seeing interim offensive coordinator Joe Brady. What's different? What's changed for Buffalo?
Well, first off, it was a great team win for Buffalo. Yes. They played well in all three phases, but I liked how they took some pressure off of Josh Allen in this game. They got the running backs involved in the passing game. He didn't feel like he had to do everything. Early on in this game, he finds James Cook. We've seen this play all over the league. Just sneaking Cook through. It's an easy throw for Josh Allen to an open receiver. And now in a short yardage situation, spit it out wide to Ty Johnson, the former Jet, and he does the rest. So Josh Allen didn't have to do it all. He got other people involved. They looked a lot more efficient.
And what I love about that is Josh Allen has been known for the guy that wants to throw the ball down the field. So now you do still have the receivers going down the field, but instead of trying to force it in, hey, you're creating that space. Check it down to your dangerous running backs, Ty Johnson, James Cook. Let them catch quick, short passes and do the rest with their legs.
Running backs are your best friend.
And here's their stats. 7 targets, 6 receptions for 76 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's the running backs in the receiving game. So you're right. They made a difference in this one. All right, it's time for Barry's Bet presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Matthew?
Hey, thanks, Maria. All right, just a reminder, my 3-play tonight. I like Will Lutz over in the field goals, the alt line, Minnesota plus 7.5, and TJ Hawkinson over on the receiving yards. Now, you obviously can see from the parlay, I like TJ Hawkinson tonight on the receiving yards. You heard Rodney earlier. He likes Hawkinson. I think everyone likes Hawkinson because from when I took this bet on Saturday, the juice has definitely gotten worse. But whatever. I like TJ Hawkinson tonight to go over 5.5 receptions. He's had 18 receptions in just the 2 games he's played with Josh Dobbs. It's a nice matchup as well, as only 4 teams in NFL give up more receptions to opposing tight ends in the Denver Broncos. They're top 5 in the NFL. A reminder, today on DraftKings Sportsbook, new customers can bet $5 and pocket $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, everyone can get a no-sweat same-game parlay every day. Just use the promo code SNF when you download the app and sign up. TJ Hawkinson, over 5.5 receptions. Let's go. And when we come back on Football Night in America, it's the best of Week 11.
We are just minutes away from your kickoff for Week 11 Sunday Night Football. The Broncos, they have won 3 straight. The Vikings have won 5 straight. Somebody's momentum has to run out today. But let's talk about the best of Week 11 and what we've seen so far. Take a listen.
From the 25, play action. Young throws the ball. Intercepted at the 30-yard line. Coming down the left side is Bland. Catch at the 5. He did it again. He did it again.
He's had more interceptions than any player in the NFL over these last 2 seasons.
Fields back, Lions rush forward. Fields going to get hit. Ball's loose inside the 5. It's kicked out of the end zone. That's a safety. That's a safety. The Lions are going to win this game. It went out of the back of the end zone, and the Lions going to lock this one down. What a game. What a game. Snaps it back. Ball down. Hopkins into it. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And Dustin Hopkins puts the Browns ahead 13-10. Listen to Brown Stadium.
Welcome back, Jim Donovan, baby. They weren't going to make it easy on you.
What a moment.
One of the best things that we've seen in Week 11, the return of Jim Donovan, the Browns play-by-play. After enduring several weeks of leukemia treatment, he is back, and then the Browns get that game-winning field goal. He gets to call it in Week 11. Very impressive. You love to see that. But let's talk about the Cleveland Browns and an AFC North that we know is rugged. We just saw 2 quarterbacks go down. Can the Cleveland Browns keep up with the Ravens? They're a half a game back right now.
Well, I'm not going to pick them to win the division. I like the Ravens. It's a rookie quarterback in DTR and the Browns and all that. But I do think as far as the playoffs concerned, I'm not taking the Browns out of that conversation. Best defense in football, one of the best running teams in football, really good at screen game as well. So they have some quarterback-friendly things there to survive with a rookie quarterback.
Defense travels. Run game travels.
Right.
They do have a rookie quarterback. There's a lot of football to be played for him to be exposed, but he was awfully impressive today. Looked like a young Brian Sipe at the end of the game. The cardiac kids.
I like
Boys, it's going to be against Pittsburgh for the game winner.
Yeah, and what's left on their schedule, the Broncos, the Rams, the Bears in there, the Jets, the Bengals with no Joe Burrow. So they have kind of a favorable schedule to go win some games. And I think the team believes in DTR, and they definitely believe in that defense, to what you said, Sims.
And what we were able to see, too, at that final drive, 4 for 4 for 39 yards. I mean, when the game was on his back, he didn't flinch.
He knows how to play the position. He knows how to play in the pocket. He reads defenses really well. And I think the more he plays, the more comfortable he'll be. Just don't turn the ball over with that defense.
All right, guys, it is time now for our home team picks, brought to you by Lowe's. The winner of tonight will own the NFL's longest win streak. 72% of America is going with the Vikings. All right, I understand it. The game that's on a 5-game winning streak. Let's keep this moving. Chris Sims, who are you going with?
I'm going with the Broncos here. I'm going to ride the hot hand of Russell Wilson, Sean Payton. I think the Brian Flores defense, even though it's creative and all that, they'll have some answers there. And I just think the Josh Dobbs magic ends tonight.
I don't think so. I'm going with the Vikings and America on this one.
I'm going to agree with Sims on that. I'm going to go Denver. I think Denver has found his stride. The way Russ is playing, protecting the ball, play good defense, get the takeaways. I think they get the win.
Hey, hats off to Sean Payton and Vance Joseph for shoring up this defense. They gave up 70 a few weeks ago. Now they're playing as well as anybody on that side of the ball, but not enough tonight. I believe the Josh Dobbs thing is going to keep going. I take the Vikings.
Who do you have, Matthew Berry?
Listen, Josh Dobbs is one of my favorite players in the entire NFL and has been for years. I am not some Johnny-come-lately. Having said that, the defense of the Broncos, the home crowd, and Javonte Williams is enough for the Broncos to win in a close one, Mike Florio.
I'm looking for a potential letdown tonight for the Broncos, though. They had that emotional, crazy win on Monday night, fly home. That's a lot to deal with in a short week. I like the Vikings.
All right, let's see who Jack, Tony, and Rodney have, guys. Take it away.
All right, I'm seeing a split board right there in the studio.
I'm confused now.
I think Sean Payton's finding a safe winning formula. Denver, they spent a lot of money to improve that offensive line, run the ball, play on their terms. I'm thinking the home team.
Well, I talked to Josh Dobbs and Russell Wilson during the warm-ups. They both said protecting the ball is the key. I like the Brian Flores Minnesota defense to bring pressure, win a tight one.
I think Harrison Smith will bring a lot of pressure, but I like the Denver Broncos at home. This crowd is electric. It's a lot of Minnesota Vikings fans up in here, but I think Russell Wilson's going to do it.
This just feels like a key game for Sean Payton in this first year.
It is.
Let's send it back out to Maria.
Those are tonight's home team picks, brought to you by Lowe's. Enjoy the game, and we will see you at halftime.
This has been the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff. Spanish language audio provided by Telemundo Deportes. Or watch tonight's game in Spanish on Universo.